The Outer Worlds 2 was complete garbage, as we all know. Obsidian deserves to be shut down. They have completely proven, after Avowed, after the Outer Worlds 2, that they are completely incapable of making a good story-driven role-playing game. It's just beyond them. Microsoft should sell them for spare parts at this point, honestly. They do not deserve the money that they are getting. But other than that, maybe you have noticed something has changed. Yes, remember I told you that things are changing? Well, this is not actually the full thing. This is just temporarily while other things get changed around. And, well, this is going to be for a day or maybe a couple. I'm not actually sure how long it's going to take. But if this looks professional, very good. I'm not going to show you what's happening, but this room is completely empty. And to make the echo not that bad and the sound bearable, I have had to put in here 4 separate racks. 2 clothes racks, 1 bathroom rack. Literally, it's right here. And yes, I have a pink bathrobe. What of it? I never use bathrobes, by the way, anyway, so that was a gift a long time ago. And then the winter coat rack. No, seriously, a rack, everything. So, temporary, but I hope you like it. Comment down below if you like it. But, in any case, the Elder Worlds 2 had a lot of people saying that it's good. Well, actually, I'm not sure what they said. I watched Mr. Maddie's review, and Y watched Luke Stephens' review. You know what? Say what you will about Extra Life being garbage, but at least Extra Life actually says things, okay? They at least give you a rundown of what's in the game, how the game plays, what to expect. But man, Luke and Mr. Maddie, I watched Luke's review, I don't know if you did, but half of his review was him saying, well, the first half was him talking about the Outer Worlds 1, and I'm not sure if was it praise or was it anything. Luke honestly should go and become a politician, because he yaps a lot, but nothing of value is ever being said. And now he's, starting slowly to farm the Outer Worlds 2 is great, but boys, we're one month away from Luke Stephens doing the classic. Well, the Outer Worlds still wasn't actually that great, we all know it, video. You know it's happening, same with Star Wars Outlaws, same with, well, a lot of things, I guess.
Outer Worlds 2, I've been playing it. It is genuinely I think, pretty good game. Even at times, very good. Some people have critiqued it, saying that it feels just like an obligatory sequel.
I watched his review. I have no idea why the game is good. The only thing that he said that's good about this game in the review is the gunplay is better. Which even I said about that, so that's it. What else? No clue.
That it doesn't feel super inspired, and I can see where they're coming from, but overall, I think they did a great job with it. I think it is a massive improvement over the original game in almost every way. I still have frustrations with the companions. A lot of people have brought that up, and so I'm far from the only one who's been frustrated by it. But I do feel as though the writing and the presentation of companions is significantly worse than some of like Obsidian's old games. It doesn't mean the game isn't worth playing, but it is a weakness I've noticed.
Okay. I have no idea why the game's good still. I talk a lot about how much I like Tainted Grail. I talk a lot about how much I like Fallout New Vegas. And I always give examples of why I think the game is great, what it does good, and what it actually does poorly if it does something poorly. I give examples of this. I don't understand how you make reviews and you manage to say absolutely nothing of value. You manage to explain nothing. It's so bizarre to me.
A lot of modern RPGs have struggled with companions for some reason. I don't really get why, but a lot of games have been struggling with it. Baldur's Gate obviously did a great job with it, but a lot of these other like Obsidian style games have really struggled with making companions compelling. And I don't know why
these games struggle at making companions compelling because they are fundamentally woke millennial garbage games. So they need to make their companions typically some kind of abbreviation of a stereotype of a Vogue standard. And, well, considering they can't literally speak, write, or talk about certain subjects, it kind of limits the scope of what their companions can even do. So that's why they're all boring, dull as, drywall. Pretty simple, actually. That's why most modern day companions fail, because you can't write a companion in a Vogue setting. It is impossible. Just the sheer amount of things you are not fundamentally allowed to talk about is mind blowing.
Why that is, I don't know if it's just the writing. I don't know if it's that everything's so watered down that they don't have characters with actual personality. It's just like generic soldier who has a troubled
Yes, exactly, Luke.
past he doesn't want to talk about, or whatever it is. But it's just, I think other than that, it's a massive improvement. They've done a lot of work to overhaul, for example, the combat, which it is significantly better. They've really put an effort on consequence, on role play, having your choices actually matter within the story and world. And so in that way, it does feel like an old school Obsidian RPG in the best way possible. But I think the reason why
the choices do matter more, but one fundamental thing that this does poorly, and same as with Avowed, is the fact that there's two types of different ways the choices matter. Let's take Fallout New Vegas for example, okay? Your choices that you do in a good game are gonna be like this. You choose to kill or not kill the guy, and whatever your choice is, at the moment it's impactful because it's like you're choosing to kill or not kill the dude, right? That's a meaningful choice. But after that, in Fallout New Vegas and good role-playing games, there is a further choice. You see how that affects the world typically, how NPCs do things differently, how maybe something in the story slightly changes. This is not the case in Avowed. This is not the case in the Outer Worlds too. Yeah, you have big choices like blow up Megaton or not blow up Megaton, I guess. And you blow something up, and what really changes? Nothing. It's like, okay, it matters for only that small bit. Sure, the world has changed, but it's not like the change actually goes forward with you. It's just a momentary thing, and I think that's the bad part. How they ruined this.
what your super chat kind of alludes to, which is that Microsoft, for one, self-sabotage with the marketing, and it feels like it's going to be slept on by a lot of people. I think there is a massive problem within Microsoft with making games into moments, which is something a lot of people have brought up. But like, you remember, it used to be that when there's a big game that Microsoft's about to launch, like even with like a Starfield, it's a big moment. It's a huge marketing beat. They spend a lot of time and I'm sure a lot of money promoting the games. You see posters everywhere. You see videos going up everywhere. They're doing sponsored streams with streamers. They're doing.
I'm pretty sure the Outer Worlds had all of that, didn't it?
All this stuff. They're doing remote play events. They're doing everything they can to generate buzz and hype around the game. But nowadays, it feels like Microsoft has so many freaking games coming out so frequently that they don't either have the budget to spend on marketing them and really pushing them out and making it a big deal, or they just don't really care because they know the next game is going to come out next month. And so why spend a lot of time on this one? I mean, even right now, I feel like nobody's talking about Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is like the biggest game every single year.
People are talking about Call of Duty, but in very negative ways. If people talk negatively about your game, the consequence is going to be the fact that people don't want to talk about your thing because it's negative. That's how these things work.
How, like, why is that?
I need to figure out lighting on here. On this screen, the color saturation is fucking wild. Okay, on this screen, it's normal. I don't know how, but I have two different screens with two different color saturations, and I'm worried you're seeing this one, not that one, because here, I mean, oh fucking wow, what's going on here? But here it looks normal, so interesting.
happening. Maybe I'm just in my own bubble, but it feels like normally there's even a lot more attention being spent on Call of Duty. And maybe it is, you know, some people have suggested maybe it's just AI spend from corporate. So all of Microsoft's extra cash is going into paying for AI infrastructure. I'm sure that's a component of it. They can't justify spending a lot of money marketing these. Maybe to a certain extent, they feel like they don't need to. If you're interested in Outer Worlds 2, you probably are going to play it. If you're not interested, you probably don't really care that much. That could be a piece of it too. But overall, it feels like now...
But wait, we know the answer. Microsoft has kind of given up on gaming. They have admitted that everything that they have been doing with gaming is just not good. That they have failed on. I don't know even how many levels. Microsoft has admitted this. And this was before Avowed. They came to the conclusion that, you know, their gaming situation is real bad. And that they need to change focus. I don't know, months ago probably they figured it out.
There's just been so many of these Microsoft and Xbox published games that just kind of come out. People talk about them for a week or two, and then it's completely forgotten within like a couple of weeks. I mean, even freaking Doom the Dark Ages launched earlier this year, and nobody talks about it. Like, it's just not even brought up. Doom, a Doom game, has been completely forgotten in the...
Well, yeah, because, I mean, it kind of failed. It kind of became a completely different game, you know? Did you see DSP play Doom the Dark Ages? My god. Microsoft should pay that man to not play the new releases. No, seriously, if you saw DSP play Doom the Dark Ages, you're like, holy shit, I'm gonna go get baptized because this is demonic.
Discussion over like award shows and everything else. And we can say, yeah, I see some people, it's mid, that's why. Sure, like they maybe are not the best games, but even then, like still, it used to be that even mid games were just...
Look, what is this argument? Oh, why are people not talking long about bad games, bro? Why would they? Why would we? I mean, I'm probably the only dude who talks about bad games for the longest because I love the burns. But no one else. I'm extremely special in all the wrong ways when it comes to this.
Discussed a lot and were brought up. Could also just be generally with...
Also, by the way, boys, like the video right now. Hype it up if you're on a mobile device. It takes less than a second. It helps out the channel tremendously. It does make a difference. It really does. So, you know, if you would do that so kindly, I would be greatly thankful. And if you think this stuff is important that we discuss, then definitely like the video right now and hype it up on mobile device. It takes less than a second. Come on. Thank you for everyone who does it. I greatly appreciate it.
The industry where it is right now, there's just a lot of games, period, coming out. So if you don't like Outer Worlds 2, or if you're kind of iffy on it and you want to wait for a sale...
Considering I'm going to talk about Ghost of Yote, how some people are now screaming that it's a success because this is the cycle that we have. Game is visibly garbage. It comes out, it fails. But then after a week or two or maybe a month, there's these woke people who are saying, see, Ghost of Yote is actually successful magically. How? So, you know, what am I supposed to take from this?
Or you want to wait for, I don't know, a discount to Game Pass. You decide, I'll get into it later. There's plenty of other stuff for you to go play. You know, and that could also be a piece of it too.
There's not that much stuff to play, if it being real, okay? Again, the Yote discussion. You're gonna see what I mean in that video.
Let's see. Flimnasty says, I feel like most games, movies, and shows writing has gotten really bad and cringy because they put their identity at the forefront and also believe the writers don't read books anymore.
Oh no, Luke cannot admit that wokeness even exists. Oh no.
I do think that there is a very, very bare bones approach to... It's sort of this like cynical approach to writing, not just in games, but also just in general. And I think part of it...
Yes, you see? True politician. He said words, but do these words actually mean anything at all? No.
It is, writing by committee. It's this checkbox sort of writing where they think that you can just define somebody based on these very basic traits that you could write on like I have these note cards on my desk, and they literally are just like, see little boxes, and it's made to create like a to-do list. You put the date up on top and you put what you need to do, and then you check them off as you go through. But no, what I think happens with a lot of the writing is literally they just write down, he's a soldier, he's sad, he's misunderstood.
That is one hell of a... Wow, what is this? Quirky. Damn, that's one hell of a why. Damn. Misunderstood. Wow, he has actually a pretty decent handwriting. Wow. That's impressive.
He's misunderstood, he's quirky. And that's the character for all of them. Like they literally will then go, okay, now the next character. It's a girl. She's quirky. She's misunderstood. She's badass. Whatever that means.
Yeah, he definitely has some posh luxury kind of... No, we know that he comes from money, that his family's pretty rich, but man, he went to one fucking hell of a private school, because you don't get that kind of handwriting in a normal school.
And she slays. Boom. That's our character. Like, and there's no more depth, there's no more complexity. Like, I even just, you remember freaking hold on, New Vegas, Cass. You remember Cass?
Yes.
Classic Cass, Rose of Sharon Cassidy, also known as
her unique thing that she gives you if you romance her is if you drink whiskey, you get like, what was it? Endurance, damage reduction, or some shit. I never did that, but granted, I also never gave her away to the Van Graffs, so there you kind of go.
Cass, or Risky Rose, is the owner of the Cassidy Caravans trading outfit in New California. This is the backstory, okay? This is like such a difference, okay? I'm just gonna describe this. Cass was born circa 2244 as the daughter of John Cassidy and an unnamed tribal woman from the territories east of the Colorado River, where...
Oh, I had no idea it was an unknown tribal woman. Wow. Well, does she actually say it? Huh, interesting. Well, in any case, yeah, that talking about New Vegas, that's pretty much for the Outer Worlds to review. That's fine. In any case, 10 out of 10. That was Luke Steffens. Have a nice day. Bye. Ah, oh, I need to adjust this. Bye.